Oh dear. So, the Joan Gamper trophy is kind of the pre-season trophy for Barcelona. You invite someone in, you beat them, you lift the trophy, everything goes nicely for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, Monaco weren't given the script, and they went there and they won by 3-0. And this kind of normal, insignificant pre-season match has, of course, grabbed all the headlines. Falta equipo, false team?
Falta equipo is we're lacking a team.
Yes, that's what I said. Lacking a team, the front page of sport there in Catalonia. Gemma is with us still. Gemma, what was interesting was the reaction from the fans and the booing that was clearly heard, of course, at the end of the game. Who were the boos targeted towards?
So at the beginning of the game, there were a lot of boos for players who the fan base doesn't want, like Clement Lenglet, one of the players who has been on a loan and he's got a big, huge salary, and they want him out. There were some boos also for Frenkie de Jong, for some players that the fan base considers that their wages are too big, and at the end for the whole team, because no one was expecting. This is the opening party. There's a trophy where there are the speeches in the beginning, and then there is the party and the celebration. Well, a 3-0 defeat is something that didn't happen in the last 12 years, and there was a big disappointment. Is it concerning for Barcelona? Yes, but the same concerning as it was last season. I think Barcelona have had a good pre-season. They won Man City, they won El Clásico, Real Madrid, so that was not a huge thing to say, okay, Barcelona are going to be great this season. And yesterday's defeat is not a tragedy either. It was a very different team. There is a lack of important players that are still not on the right moment, and they should be against Mestalla. But red lights again, because Barcelona haven't been able to balance the books, and they still haven't been able to register, for example, Dani Olmo, the only important signing this season.
Every year we go through the same thing. The Barcelona haven't been able to register the same players. Ali, what's interesting, I thought Barcelona exceeded expectations. Is it fair to say in pre-season when they were here in the States?
Yeah, that's fair.
And so this result, you can maybe take more of a pinch of salt, because you kind of think, well, look, we've seen glimpses of what they can do, so don't panic too much.
Well, here's the problem. Those performances that you're talking about against Manchester City and Real Madrid,
yes,
they happen here. Right?
Yes. So we've got to play more games away from
Stay away from Barcelona, because guess what? You go to your home stadium and you have this expectation of what has been happening against Manchester City, against Real Madrid, and some of these younger players, and how good they have been and impressive they have been, and the sort of character that they have shown. And now you're seeing the team out in front of you. And not only did they lose, but they got dominated. 3-0 is a backside whooping. And so if you're a fan, then all those things that happen in preseason, you kind of go, no.
Oh, no, you can't even go a little bit.
No. Oh, wow. Because what I'm seeing is similar to what I was seeing last season. And so therefore, I go back to that disappointment. And oh my goodness, is more of the same.
So Hansi Flick's gone? He should go?
Okay, well,
is this where we were at?
Not quite there yet.
In the pre-season party?
Not quite there yet. But I do think, we're talking about Real Madrid and generating momentum in the new season and winning the Super Cup. Well, if you're Barcelona, you just mentioned this was sort of supposed to be a celebration, this trophy, raising of this trophy. It's supposed to be a primer for the season, to whet your appetite. Here we go, this is a new season, we're all excited. And then you do this, and all of that momentum that you had generated, gone.
Valencia.
I was just saying, things move so quickly in football. You talk about that game against Manchester City, Hansi Flick with his first game in charge. Young squad, put a young squad. They do so well. You've got Olmo coming. You've got Nico Williams coming. Everything looks so good for Barcelona. And then you roll the clock a few weeks forward. There's no Nico Williams. He's not coming. You can't get Dani Olmo registered. Oh. You've got some of the usual faces, and the team kind of falls absolutely flat. Again, you have to feel for Barcelona fans.
Oh, dear. Dani Olmo, as you mentioned, Gemma, at the moment hasn't been registered. How much is there excitement around his signing? How much is there frustration that he's not Nico Williams? And how much is there a desire maybe that they should have got other players in positions which are more of a priority?
So at the end of last season, we kind of all agree that the holding midfielder is what Barcelona needed, is what we saw, the lack of this figure that Sergio Busquets, he didn't find a replacement, Oriol Romeu left on a loan at Girona. But with the new system of Hansi Flick, there is excitement around his figure. Not the same as Nico Williams. And for me, the question is that Dani Olmo is a player made in La Masia, and during many seasons, his agents were in Barcelona knocking the door saying he wants to come back because he always wanted to go back home, and he costed less money. And now I think it's some kind of consolation prize because they cannot sing Nico Williams. It was extremely difficult. I think they tried once again to put the expectations higher than the reality. So they thought this could be a player that he knows how to play, and he could be a good signing. Let's see if he adapts to Hansi Flick's system, what he wants. But I'm not going to say there is a big excitement surrounding him. And actually, his presentation was in the Gamper yesterday, and he talked like for a couple of minutes to his new supporters, and there's not a big excitement.
No. Oh, dear. Meanwhile, let's just get rid of this nonsense as well, shall we? Diaz has been linked to a move from Liverpool to Barcelona. Of course, linked to Manchester City as well the last 24 hours. That's not happening from what we're hearing from City. This can't happen at all, Gemma, because where the heck are they going to find money for Luis Diaz?
No, okay. The money will arrive in Barcelona. Is there a chance? Is it possible? Yes, it's very unlikely, I think. And with this player, there's always this kind of rumor. I think there is an interest with the agents trying to link him not only with Barcelona but with Man City and other important teams. If you ask me, is it going to happen? I think it's very unlikely. But it's true that there have been talks in both parts, the agents and Barcelona.
Can I just say that just in a big picture, this is not how you run a club. I know this is not a surprise to anybody.
Realizing that now.
No, this is not a surprise to anybody, but this is not the way to run a club in which you say the money will come, it may come from the jersey sponsor, it may come from personal finances, but it'll appear eventually. We're just running out of time. This has been the issue for Barcelona over the last few seasons, and time and time again, we ask this club to make reasonable, sensible decisions, and yet they continue to go and chase it. And when you chase it, you make desperate decisions. When you make desperate decisions, you make bad decisions, and you get in trouble. And this continues to happen for this club.